Hi, my name is James, and I'm going to be reviewing DEPSTECH's DS580. We're going to do an overhead shot. I'll be pretty much sitting here. I'm going to have my overhead camera looking down. The lighting's not great today, so it's going to make my camera a little not as clear as this one because I can't control the lighting just yet. I'm working on that for my overhead camera, but you'll get a sense of what it looks like pretty well. And then I'll also include some still shots that'll give you a real close-in visual of what this endoscope looks like. So let's get down to it. I do have to say, this is one sturdy, I wonder if it's waterproof box. Actually, it's very good, solid construction. It's got some heft to it. Like it's got feet on the bottom that'll keep it steady if maybe there was some water that came underneath, but this is nice. I'm just talking about the box. That's a hefty handle. It doesn't feel weak at all. Just got to pop these open, and they got some hefty. There you go. Right. All right. Okay. So now we got the egg carton top. We've got the cutout on the bottom. Card there to show you how to hook up the cable with the camera. Nice, full color. Looks like, setup guide, instruction manual, in several different languages. Of course, being English, I do the front side. All right, let's look at that. Ooh, I think that cable's more solid than the previous ones. Now, on other ones that I've done, they've been 16 feet long. I think this is a 10. It might be a little bit more easy to wield. I've never had to use the full 16. And this is, it's got a trigger on the back. So I can pop, do. Look at that. Well, oh yes, thank goodness. We've got the micro SD card. They included it. All right, very cool. Typically, that'll be about 32 gigs. Whoa! Check out the brightness on this. Wow. I think I read on the box it's about 4-hour power time. I don't know if that includes the flashlight or not, but that is one bright light. Let's see, all right. Button on the top turns it on. Probably can't see it very well. No input. That's right. Need the cable from the camera. Makes sense, doesn't it? I'll just shut it down. I don't know if you have to, but I tend to not want to mess up anything here, especially until I get used to it. So it looks like I need to line up that notch there. Okay. Am I pushing in enough? There we go. There we go. Easy, easy. When the screws tighten really quickly and they don't grab on the way, you know it's been machined very well. That takes quality control and it takes iterations to get there. Good job. Okay, wow. That is one tight image. That is so cool. I know it's probably not showing at all very well. Here, I'm just kind of moving it around. Just kind of looking at it. It does so good at close up. Over the past year, I've kind of gotten a little into some videography with work and using a digital camera, and you pay some pretty big bucks to get down into a macro level with a camera. I wonder if they used a macro lens. Of course, that would mean the camera itself wouldn't show something of too great of clarity or focus from a distance. But if it is what I think it is, a macro lens, it might make more sense. Especially since typically you'd be snaking this around, automotive parts. I'm just thumbing through the windows trying to look at all the different features. that happen to be available. Mostly resolution, camera angle, whatnot, and saving to the card, formatting the card, which is pretty cool. I do notice that it says that it will do data transmissions with a computer, so I'm guessing you could hook this directly up to your PC now and do it that way. Makes me wonder if I just haven't been using that feature on some of the others I've reviewed in the past. But that's pretty good, man. This handle is solid. That's going to make it so much more easy to use. It was invaluable when I used this at when I was doing some wiring work, and it was just, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a DEPSTECH issue as much as it is I only have two hands, and so I was kind of snaking around, and I needed a third hand basically. But this one might actually let me kind of hold it off to the side, gives me a grip, and then I can kind of maneuver the cable. And if I have to grab anything or do something, just makes it a lot easier, lot easier to work. Pretty much the same, which is good. I like consistency. There's nothing wrong with making improvements, but I never had an issue with it. It's got the typical navigation, and it just works. I don't have to relearn how to use it. So the device at its core is very similar. It's just so much more practical to use. I like the magnets. Basically, that pretty much pops on, screws on. I can't even remember at this point, but I think it pops on over the tip end, and basically, if you drop anything, and I've used this twice in my couch actually. One time I thought I had a pen I dropped, and it ended up I was magnetized to the couch. But it's not overly strong, but it does the job for small pieces for what it is. Of course, it comes with a hook. That is extremely useful, especially when I'm doing wiring type work, to grab a hold and find a cable and pull it in my direction or move it out of the way. That's been handy. Here's the USB. Okay, so that's the data transmission. I bet you money it was probably also part of the other ones in the past that I've looked at. It just didn't have the handle. Man, this box is solid. Yeah, I mean, that's just impressive. I don't know what to say. I wish all my equipment and tools would come like this. Yeah. So I'll say this: when any manufacturer company puts together a good device, right, a premium quality product, and gives you a hard protective case for it, how do you argue with that? That's just awesome. I think it should be standard. Great job, guys. Great job. What can I say? This is a truly solid product. I was impressed with the two DEPSTECH endoscopes that I had reviewed, previously. This one comes in a nicer case than any of my tools. This is definitely going to be mine. I gifted the second one. This one's mine. I may be gifting my first one. I love that handle. I like the fit and finish of the whole thing. So, yeah, I'm a little selfish. I'm keeping this one. I have a feeling I'm probably the one that uses it the most anyway, but it's amazing. That camera, wow. I would have never thought of it, but that my wife, she does gardening, and she could use that to take some really interesting shots of some of the insects that she encounters. She likes to do macro shots and whatnot, but they can jump away when they see a big camera coming at you. But this little snake gets right in there, and with that focal length, not to get to photography on you, you can get very close, and at that image resolution, hard part's getting close. It's not always just about the lens, although most cases in photography it sure is. But in this case, I'm sure somebody has thought of that before, but I don't know. So yes, it's designed primarily for the automotive or even plumbing specialties. I use it for DIY around the house to snake around. But my wife may be able to find some really good uses for it and have control over it for macro photography and video. So I love it. So anyway, thanks for giving me the opportunity to share this. I hope you found it helpful. And
all right, this is the DEPSTECH. I think it's 10-foot. Professional industrial endoscope. This thing is freaking slick, guys. Rechargeable, IP67. Alright, let's pop it open. See, we get a nice hard case, guys. Pop it open. Get the main scope itself. Nice thick bag here. I did open this once already. The cable was tied really nice and tight with these little Velcro ties. Here's the main unit. Plug on the back with a light. I'm going to put the hose on. Here's the connector. So the top has a little groove right there that also has a little groove in the cable. Just connected like so. Hold the power button down for a couple seconds. 1, 2, 3. Power it on. Alright, so here's the unit. I'm going to check my duct here because I feel like it's clogged. Here's the end. It's got a nice little light on it. So make sure you got it up the correct way on the screen. I'm going to go in the vent. Alright, so as you can see, there's a pretty good camera on it. You can also record. I'll show you where the memory card goes in. It comes with a little magnetic thing on the end, so you need to grab something metal. It comes with a magnetic hook and a little protector for the lens camera. What else? I haven't even gone through all the features yet. So you got the menu, and resolution. Oops. There we go. Version, storage space, language, screen brightness, formatting. So lots of options on this thing, guys. It's freaking really nice. I like it a lot. Brightness. Bump it up a little bit. Now that looks good there. Let me show you where we can put the how do you put the... So it actually comes with a 32 gig micro SD card already inserted. So that just goes right there on the side. Click it in. As we recharge it, boom. Good to go. There you go, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Works really well. I like this a lot. Very impressed. The cable is very, it's metal. Bends pretty well. Very durable. I like it.
And then I've got a 1/2-inch piece of PVC here that I'm just going to show you real quick. We'll just run this in there, and I drew a couple of X's on the inside of it in black just so you could get an idea that it's a pretty good image, nice and clear. Would be easy to detect any blockage. And then I'm also going to bring this over to my disposal over here. Let's see, I'm gonna set this down. Let me get the camera adjusted. Okay, and then I put a penny in here just so you could kind of get an idea of how clear the image is. I mean, you can see it's very high resolution, very detailed. There's that penny I dropped in there. Very easy to make out what's going on in here. So yeah, this thing is really slick.
I'm really impressed with the ability for this 5 megapixel camera to focus closely. As you can see how close I have the camera here to the circuit board. And the resulting picture on the screen is really good. I've got a number of other endoscopes, and I think this provides the best picture of any of them I've seen so far.